It's 9 o'clock, 10:30. You are assault for 12 things. And we can get it going. So we're first going to pop into the municipal office. We're not going to submit the papers yet, but we're going to begin the practice examination right there, okay? So the examination route actually, which we took yesterday, okay? So as soon as you're ready, we may begin. And again, what I would suggest, let's drive first, and I'm going to, careful, there's a curb there, so we must be a little bit careful about that. I believe we will touch the curb.
The yellow one?
This one.
This one?
The curb there.
This one?
Yeah. The one we just ran over.
Yeah.
Well, please don't, if you can avoid that.
You mean the car?
The curb.
The curb. Okay.
Čau, já jsem jenom tiskl ty papíry, zatím jsem tam dal všechny kromě Volkové, protože od něj ještě nemám to datum. A pak mi je napiš. Nejde na zkoušky, tak já ji tam škrtnu, to je v pohodě. Jo, dobře, to je správný vývoj, si myslím. To je ale syndrom dnešních mladých, no, bohužel. Hele, jak si dopadl na zkouškách? Ježišmarja. Dobrý, já musím končit, protože mám jízdu, ale beru na vědomí a teda všechny kromě Smolíkové hlásím. To znamená 3. Řivnáč, Samková a ještě kdo si tam je. Bohač, jo. Od Volkov... Řivnáč, ano. Dobře, tak jo, jdu na to. Jo, bude to tam za hodinu, jo, podané, jenom ať víš. Dobré, tak jo, zatím, čau. Let them a little bit further. That's it. By the way, do you know that while overtaking a cyclist, we can pass a single solid line?
Yes.
Okay, but that was, it's not an obstacle, because obstacle would allow you to actually pass a double solid line even. But there is a specific situation mentioned in the law that while overtaking a cyclist, we may cross a single solid line. We must leave the 150 centimeters of sideways gap, sideways distance. So it would be probably okay to just cross the solid line, the single solid line. But then again, in a city, when one vehicle moves faster in a lane than another one in another lane, it's not even considered overtaking. So it was best to actually avoid the solid line as you did. So technically it could be considered legal to even cross the single solid line, but I wouldn't. I would do it as you did. Thus, actually taking the ammunition off the examiner's hands, right? Not giving them the reason to fail, okay? Let's really give them some distance.
be Russian. Or-
Well, you don't want anyone to be Russian. Works every time.
Yes.
We can actually take the left lane and finally pass them because we're going to be taking a left turn at the lights. So during the practice examination, I would suggest a couple of things. Please concentrate. Signals, mirrors. That was one of the issues with the first girl. She didn't check the signals, or she didn't use the signals and the mirrors much or enough. Second thing, whenever a reserved lane ends, check it. If there's a car in it, they have priority. Okay? And not just buses in a bus lane, but also bikers in a bike lane. Right? So whenever a bike lane ends, glance into the mirror. Or if you are crossing, like if you are turning right, there's a bike lane here, also check whether there's a biker or not. I know that we're faster, but the law states that any vehicle using their reserved lane has priority. Okay? It's similar to trams actually, in a tram lane, right? Anytime you're crossing a tram lane, you always check for trams. So it's the same thing with bike lanes and bus lanes and everything. Okay? So these would be the biggest issues, and also careful, there will be a zone. So keep in mind the speed limit in the zone, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you any more hints. Now it's up to you.
Hint today or for the exam?
Today,
Okay.
for the examination, I will give you some more hints if based on who we get, because
Yeah.
each examiner prefers a slightly different way of driving. I'm going to inform you beforehand. Let's take a right here. Please, once we begin with the practice examination, 2 hands on the steering wheel as often as you can. Okay? And thank you for the file. I haven't downloaded it yet because I was on a home at home.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was during the weekend, but I honestly forgot. Straight. By the way, the examiners stated clearly at the beginning of the examination that if he says nothing, it doesn't mean follow the main road, but go straight.
Well, if he said nothing, just go straight.
Go straight, if it's possible. If there's no prohibitive traffic sign or some commanding traffic sign or something like that, right? So follow straight unless you can't, because there may be like a sudden mandatory directional left or something. So then of course follow the signage. Okay, so in general follow straight if it's possible and legal. To use this one, we have taken that one way too many times, I would say. Feeling good?
About
In general.
yes, I guess.
Third exit.
It's okay that I do this.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. If it's not, I'm going to tell you, okay? Whenever you do something that I don't like, or anything I don't like, you're going to be informed. Because you know, I really love, like... Hey, you made a mistake. Let's take a right, please. And we're going to begin. Oh, come on, it's 9 o'clock and there's no one here. Yesterday this parking was completely full. Now we're going to begin the practice examination route, right? We began here, we are in a one-way street, but we were going to take a right anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. So we begin, please take a right at this junction. And please try to imagine that this is the real examination and you're supposed to not make any mistake. Doesn't need to be perfect, just please don't commit any fatal shit, okay? Third exit, please. And I'm going to be completely silent other than that, right? I'm just going to issue the the instructions or correct your mistakes if there are any. And the examiner issued the instructions very way earlier than usual. We were quite often like several seconds away from that intersection when he already issued the instruction. Left please here. Hey!
Oh,
So that would be one. Also, there's this line right here. It's right below my seat, and that's where you should be where you should be stopping. Let's go.
I don't know why I didn't see the.
You know, this mistake happens only during the examination here. You never make that mistake again. Okay?
Yeah.
Follow in the straight direction, please. Mirrors. Anytime you signal, please use the mirrors, okay? Corresponding mirror. Okay? Chill. Reset. Reset. Yeah?
I didn't know why I didn't see the red light. I just saw the stoplight and I'm just gonna turn in the stop point, viewing point.
Yeah, viewing
stop.
point, yeah. Only happens here and only during the examination.
Yeah. I become nervous a little bit with that. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to focus.
Let's turn right. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Direction to Centrum, please. Centrum. I understand. That didn't really look like they want to give that to us. During the examination, I would also probably take off the cap, right? But it's okay now, but whatever, right? If you're used to driving it, whatever. But it's marked in Czechia. I'm not sure how it goes anywhere else, but in Czechia, we consider drivers with some hat or cap or anything on while driving, consider them like bad drivers because they restrict their viewing angle by wearing something on their heads.
Can I drive like 40 just
First exit. Yeah.
for this in examination?
Yeah. You again, if you made any mistake, you would know about it. Then I'm going to evaluate it when we will stop in the halftime, because there were two girls, right? They switched positions. Left, please. Midway through the examination. I would probably suggest not stopping on the tramway if possible. There are two ways of doing it. Either going through really slowly and waiting for them to clear out, or just stopping before the lights and waiting for them to clear out. And then once they start moving, you just pass after their passes. Okay? Because technically you should not be entering the intersection unless you're certain, or if it's obvious that you can't pass. Yes. This is what was missing, by the way. That was one of the mistakes. Certain 153 yesterday, but the examiner didn't mind that much because it actually means 50. Well, he should mind, but he didn't. Next junction, please take a left. Here we drove 38 yesterday, and here the girl remembered that she's in a zone 30, so she went below 30. To be certain, you can keep it at 26 without any issues, right? You don't need to go from 29 to 28 or something like that. Better to be safe than sorry. Okay, first exit. Please stop next to the red car and park into this first slot here. That would be a fatal mistake now. We have entered the curb. So sometimes it's easy when you overdo the angle. Just go out again, start again, restart.
Can I do it again?
Yes, please. I see this. The curb is quite low. Just, yeah, or correct the angle like this, right? Do anything you want, right? And you don't have just one attempt to do it, right? You have as many attempts as you want. But you must not enter the curb.
Oh. Did I hit the curb?
You will feel it when it happens. So now, secure. He even says after you're done with parking, secure the car, right? Yep.
Why I feel I'm in the curb? Because it's slanted?
It's slanted a little bit, yeah. Curb offers a hard resistance, right? A hard...
Off we go?
Yep. The Johnny's put in front of us is doing exactly the same thing as we were. The Yaris in front of us, the black one. Good thinking. We're giving them time to finish, right?
In this case, I can overtake the solid car.
I would just rather stop and wait them for they did the same mistake as you did, but in their case it's worse because they had the point of orientation, they had the car here, you didn't, you had to approximate, but it's still not beyond repair. Okay, they managed. Good.
The girl is good.
Not really. I believe that she was kind of lucky to be able to correct that mistake. and right. I think it wasn't really controlled. Because they overdid the angle big time, like big time. Let's take a left, please. Here the girl made another mistake, but we won't make it because she stopped because there was some cars in the opposite direction, right? And she stopped here instead of inside the junction, right? Because we're on the main road, so if we need to give way to the opposite direction, we go deeper and stop inside. We go deeper and we stop inside, right? Like this would be where we stop. If we are on the main road, side road, stop at the edge of the junction, that's fine. Right, but the main, you can go for it. Clear-ish?
Can you explain it again?
If you are on the main road or solid green, turning left and giving way to the opposite direction, right? If you need to give way to someone in the opposite direction,
Yeah.
you don't stop.
Yeah.
You don't stop at the edge of the junction, of the line,
Yes.
but inside the
Deeper.
junction.
Yeah. It's like in the viewing point or something.
No, let's go. It's imagine being at a solid green and giving way to the opposite direction while turning left.
Yeah.
You don't stop before the lights, right? You go inside the junction. So it's the same thing for the main road. You don't stop before the junction, but you stop inside. Okay? We can explain that in the second half of the class, right? Once we're done with the practice examination. Now we're going to restart. Let's take a left.
Are we still in the zone?
No. Oh,
I didn't see it ended.
bike lane. Mirror. Okay? Because the bike would be entering our path.
Yeah, so I should.
Now, the zone ended right after we let the driving school park. At the next junction, there was the end of the zone. Traffic sign. We're going to visit it once again today, so you're going to see exactly where it begins because we're going to come from the other side.